welcome back. One more time. Here we go. I want to talk about life laws. Life laws. My very personal life laws. You've heard me quote these life laws. You've heard me make mention of these life laws. So I am. I'm going to talk about them.
Sweet.
I'm going to go through them in order. I'm going to describe them, and if this is an interactive lecture, so if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, and as always, compliments, they're always welcome. Life law number 1, change your perspective on life and your life will change. Change your perspective on life and your life will change. You can go around all the time looking at life in a negative light. You can constantly wake up every day and be angry that you woke up. Remember the story of the girlfriend that I used to have where she would wake up just like screaming and going crazy and throwing things. Yeah, oh no, that's a different girl that almost hit me with her car. Tried to run me over. That's a different girl.
Jeez, talk about like back.
I know, right? Right. I've had some amazing relationships in my life.
She woke up like saying, "God damn it!"
Yes, she would be yelling and screaming. Yeah, yelling, screaming, throwing things. And the first time I stayed over her house, she woke up screaming and yelling like that. Scared me to death. I was like, what in the heck is happening right now? But it's that kind of perspective. If you have a perspective of nasty, ugly, mean, negative, you're going to get that out of your life. Whatever you expect out of life, that's what you're going to get for sure. So if you change your perspective of life, your life will change. And the strategy for that is to achieve this life law is to recognize that you have the power to see things differently. It's up to you. What you can control is you. That's the only thing you can control, as we've already discussed many times. It's the only thing you can control. So you have the ability to take your perspective and shift it, make a shift in your life. If you do that, I promise, if you just take that one life law, your life will change. Change what you believe, and you will change your whole life. Okay. Life law number 2: take action on your dreams. This is a secret ingredient that the movie The Secret doesn't tell you about. Remember the movie The Secret, where they talk about the law of attraction. All you have to do is think about it enough and it'll come true. And dream about it enough and write it down and put it on a vision board and all of these things. And all of that is only true if you have the secret ingredient, and that is taking consistent action on whatever it is that you want out of your life. Whatever the dream it is, anything that you want. You can't just dream about it. You can't just talk about it. You can't just visualize it. You can't just put it on a vision board. You can't just write about it in a journal. All of that is helpful, but really the secret is when you take it and you put a little action consistently involved in it, and then all of a sudden you'll find all of the things that you want to happen start happening. So life is about taking action on all of these things. So whatever it is that you want. Strategy to achieve this life law is to have a goal and break those goals down into small parts to set up small victories. The small victories done consistently will turn your dream into it'll turn your dream into a reality for you. So you want to work the principle of action consistently. Okay? Remember life law number 2. Life law number 3, I have the live hard philosophy here, but for you guys' case, it's the promise philosophy. It's the philosophy. My live hard philosophy is real easy: loyalty, integrity, valor, empathy, honor, accountability, respect, and discipline. Pretty simple. So follow the philosophy. In you guys' case, you're working on each individual thing every single day. And that's the strategy to follow it, is to consistently study and apply the philosophy to your life daily. For you guys, you have your promise. And you're working on it daily. That's what your credits are about. You're working on it all the time. For me, I work on the live hard. The live hard is basically the same thing as the promise. It's just in a different acronym. And every day I work on a part of each section of the live hard or the promise. So in order to be a pro at life, we have to work on these things consistently. We have to take action. So life law number 3 is to follow the philosophy. Actually do more than just know it, but live it. Truly, truly live it. That's the whole point. Life law number 4. This is one of my favorite life laws that you should definitely underline, and that is to be your biggest fan. To be your own fan. You might even say you become the hero of your own life and you are your own biggest fan. You've got to think highly of yourself. And you'll see in the other life laws, there's plenty of things that will drag you down. Plenty of people that will drag you down. But if you believe in you, if you believe, you'll achieve. But you've got to believe in yourself. You got to cheer yourself on. You got to know that you can do it. And not even know that you can do it, but you got to have a strong, strong belief. Like you're rooting for your favorite team. I mean, you want the Broncos to win. You believe they can win. You know, you want the Cardinals to win. You want the whoever's to win. Huh? Jaguars. You want the Jaguars to win.
Commanders.
The Commanders to win. The Steelers to win. You want yourself to win. Be your own biggest fan. Isn't it interesting that we walk around with other people's jerseys on? We'll have the Las Vegas Raiders on ourselves, but we don't have Team, Tony or whatever. Team Raven. I do have Team Raven t-shirts. But, why don't you? Why don't you have a Team Alex t-shirt? You know what I mean? Go Alex. Go Kevin. You know what I mean? They can be made. You should make them. Maybe consider it. If you're your own biggest fan, you'd be wanting to wear your own t-shirt. I mean, I got t-shirts with my own face on it. I would even wear sometimes. I like it. Double vision. It's double vision. And people will go, man, that's really cringy. You're wearing a t-shirt with your own face on it. I was like, yeah, but if you had a t-shirt with your face on it, wouldn't you wear it? Come on. If you're your biggest fan, you would. It's not being egotistical to be your own biggest fan, by the way. It's being confident. And there's a fine line between egotistical and confidence. You want to run to that confident side. Be confident in yourself. Believe so much that you're willing to wear your own face on your shirt. Life law number 5. Make what you love your living. I love this one. Make what you love your living. And the strategy to achieve this law is to make your passion your profession. Someone might tell you that you can't do it. They may tell you that it's a 1 in a million chance. The way I see it is someone has to do it. It might as well be as you. Someone has to be a pro golfer. It might as well be you. Someone has to be a movie maker. It might as well be you. Someone has to be a history teacher. It might as well be you. Someone has to own a paintball place. It might as well be you. There's a lot of yous doing it, so what? Yous can be the best yous. Might as well be you. I mean, someone has to run a martial arts dojo. It might as well be me. right? That's part of being your own biggest fan too, isn't it? Your own biggest fan, you believe that you can do this. You believe you can actually achieve this. And if you're your own biggest fan, you know that you can make what you love your living. Why not? Someone has to do it. Life law number 6. Be mindful of the laws of cause and effect. Now, this is really important, guys. The laws of cause and effect, also known as karma, is a nasty little booger, or at least it can be. If you make poor decisions, you'll get poor results. If you make good decisions, you'll get good results. You do good, you get good. You do bad, you get bad. It's pretty easy. That's pretty much a life law. If you make mistakes and you're a foul up, then you will reap the result of that. The Bible says you'll reap what you will sow. And this is very true. The law of cause and effect. The laws of cause and effect will also help you if you're your own biggest fan. If you take action. And if you make what you love your living. All of these things blend together nicely, like a glove. Fits like a glove. So, if you're mindful of the laws of cause and effect, then you will take a long view. Like I often say about being a chess player. To be a chess player, you've got to think about several moves ahead. To be an effective player at the game of life, you have to think several moves ahead. What would happen if I did this move? What are the likely things that are happening? What would happen if this occurred? What would happen if that occurred? If I did this, will this happen? And to think about it very intently and very seriously. Not that life is all that serious. But if you're going to take things seriously, it might as well be your decisions. Strategy to achieve life law is to make a good decision. Look at the overall view and try to see the big picture. What consequences will your actions produce? Life law number 7, you've heard me say this time and time again. I always say, remember life law number 7. Don't beat yourself up. There's plenty of people in the world who would love to do it for you. Why are you beating yourself up? Why are you your own worst enemy? You need to be your biggest fan. Take actions on your dream. Live your passions. Looking out for cause and effect. Don't beat yourself up. Don't talk negative to yourself. Don't say bad things to yourself. Plenty of people will do it for you. You've had it happen all the time around you, even in your relationships, even in your own household probably. It happens. It happens all the time. You don't need to do it to yourself. Be your own biggest fan. Talk nicely to yourself. Love yourself. We're watching this movie called The Hustle this morning with Adam Sandler about a basketball player. And he said to his basketball, Adam Sandler plays the coach, and he says to the basketball player, your biggest obstacle. It's you against you. And then he says, you have all this love for everybody else, but no love for yourself. You have all this love for everybody else, but no love for yourself. How many of us have been in that position? I have. But now I'm telling you, it's time to shift that. You can love yourself. You should love yourself. Self-love is huge. It's one of the most important gifts you can give to yourself. Have some self-love. Law number 8. And I love this one. I love almost all of them. If you are bold and making a difference in the world, then you will have people who will dislike you and speak ill of you. Be glad. Know that this is evidence of you winning. I can't tell you how many times I've succeeded and have heard the negative naysayers. It's still happening to this day. I'll do something good and it's negative stuff. I get in the newspaper and people are like, you must be paying off the newspaper. I'll have a successful, song, and all of a sudden, well, it's not that good. You must have bought the likes. I'll do something in the martial arts, achieve something in the martial arts, and, well, he must have paid for it. It's a fake. It's a fraud. It's not real. It's crabs in a bucket. And all the crabs, if they start seeing you climb up above the line, they all climb above, they come in and they take you and they try to pull you down. They don't want another crab to escape. When you're on the top of the mountain, you're the target. When you're climbing, you're rooting for the underdog because they're trying to climb too. They're like, well, he'll never do it. I'll do it. But if you get to the top of the mountain, then everybody's trying to take you down. It's not easy to be at the top of the mountain because that's one of the reasons why. They try to take you down. So if you're bold and making a difference in the world, then you will have people who will dislike you and speak ill of you. And don't take it personally. Be glad. Know that it's evidence of you winning. Evidence of you winning when you have haters. If they're not saying anything about you at all, you're not relevant. But when they start talking about you, then you know it's good. You know you're making a difference. You're stirring the bees. You're kicking the honey pot. Strategy to achieve this life law is don't worry about the haters. And allow the haters to fuel your intensity. Ooh. Allow the haters to fuel your intensity. You don't back down. You don't quit. You don't stop. Never back down. Forever strong. Heard that one before. Life law number 9. Keep your mind, body, and spirit in balance. A life outside of balance, it becomes a big problem. If all you do is read all day, and you're the smartest guy in the room, but you're also 650 pounds and dying of some kind of eating disorder, and spiritually you're in a horrible place, you're making terrible decisions and you're a bad person, it doesn't matter how smart you are, you're still out of balance in your life. You could be the most physically fit person in the world, look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and have a terrible mind, not read at all. You'd be dumb as a brick. And you're still out of balance. You could be the most spiritual person in the world, meditating on the top of the mountains in the Himalayas, but suck at your physical skills and suck at your mental skills. So we have to have this mind, body, spirit triangle, this balance of mind, body, spirit. You see me doing this symbol all the time. To me, it's the symbol of mind, body, and spirit with your emotions, your mental self being in the center. Strategy to achieve this life law is to work the mind-body triangle diligently daily. That means every day. That's simply just going back to live the philosophy, isn't it? If you live the philosophy that you guys are living for the rest of your life, you will live a life of balance. Your promise is in perfect balance. It works every aspect of yourself, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. It goes even further. It works financially as well, and works your ethics. Life law number 10. Meditate daily. Be still and quiet. I try to get in 24 minutes. Actually, I don't even try. I get in 24 minutes a day. 1 minute for every hour. 24 minutes. 1 minute for every hour. I highly recommend it. Some of you that have started the ice plunge. How many of you are doing the ice plunge? Okay. Have you even noticed a change in your body and change in your mentality? Change in things? I tell you what, I did a cold shower this morning. And I don't know, it's just something about it. It just charges you up. That's a little bit of meditation, and you can do moving meditation. Martial arts can be a meditation as well, a moving meditation. A meditation means that your mind isn't racing in all these different directions. We are focused in the present moment. That's one of the major meditations, of being focused in the present moment. So it certainly can be, a sport. You could be playing tennis. You could be doing volleyball or golf or something that involves you being totally present. Martial arts, fighting, all of that requires it. To be totally present. And then there's learning how to breathe correctly, getting your breath in the proper way, oxidate your blood in your body the way it needs to be. This is extremely important. So meditation works a lot of different things. It helps you calm your mind down. It helps your body. It helps your breathing system. I mean, everything about it is good for you. Helps relieve stress, and we talked about stress being the silent killer. So life law number 10, meditate daily, be still and be quiet. Strategy to achieve this life law is to be dedicated to your daily practice of sitting. You might hear me just say, just sit. Just sit. I'm full of sit. Life law number 11. Be grateful for what you have. I have my gratitude rock right here. My gratitude rock. So I try to remind myself daily of all the things that I'm grateful for, because how can you expect to get more things if you're not grateful for the things you have in your life already? Being grateful for the things that you have. Not the things that you're going to get or the things that you want to get, but the things that you actually have. And you might say, well, Raven, I don't really have anything, Well, do you have people who love you? Do you have a body that's functioning? All 10 fingers and toes, both legs, both arms. That's something to be grateful for right there. I have a very good friend who's without one of his legs, and another good friend that just got part of his leg cut off. It's very good to have all of your limbs. So something to think about. You always have something to be grateful for, even if it's the air coming into your lungs, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back. I mean, after all, you could be sitting here butt naked right now. The toilet paper that's in the bathroom. I mean, otherwise you could be sitting here with a stanky butt. Brings me to remember one of the exercises I had about try.
I don't think I've learned anyone.
No one's ever heard of that one?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't think all of these guys know.
I haven't used it on anybody else, have I? Not in a while. Well, there was a student.
Okay.
I'll just say that.
Oh,
Okay.
you're talking about a student that was here one
No,
time?
just a trick.
We'll just say a student, so I don't call anybody out. But the student said, I said, well, are you going to do this? And they said, I'll try. I said, oh, well, we've got to try something first before you can do that. I said, here's what I want you to do. When you use the bathroom tonight, I want you to try to wipe your butt. But don't actually wipe your butt, but just try to.
Try Try not.
No, don't not do it. But don't do it either. Just try to wipe your butt.
Try not.
So like,
do or do not.
Where you hey, try to remember to wipe your butt.
Yeah, just try.
That's basically it.
No, just try to do it.
Are you saying he doesn't wipe his butt?
No, I'm not saying don't wipe it.
It's a metaphor.
But I'm not saying do wipe it either. You can't do or do not, because that wouldn't be trying.
The point is to see the result. Of what
Do
you get.
or do. Again, what do you already said? No, try not.
Do or do not, says
There
Yoda.
is no try.
Yes, but that wasn't the exercise. See, the exercise was to try to wipe your butt.
I don't get it.
And see how that works.
See how well that works. See, you can't try anything. You can never try. You can either do or do not. There is no try, as Yoda said. So,
Well, no, you can try to wipe your butt, but if you're trying to wipe your butt, you're gonna end up wiping your butt.
well, then that's do. So the try. So the experiment was. I think the student was a little baffled by the.
You're talking about me, Marsha.
No.
You sure?
Did I do that to you?
You did the pen one to me.
Oh, I did the pen to you. I didn't do the try the wipe your butt one.
But you're still you can still like the act of trying is still like possible in a given moment, I think. No. Is that
You try to.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, it could be the act. The trying could be the act of doing, I guess. Like you might look at trying as doing, but a lot of people look at trying as just trying. You might.
Well, sometimes you can fail though. Like, what if the toilet paper disappears out of your hand? Then, well,
How would you bring
then
it
you're
to
not
your
properly. Then you're not properly wiped.
Then you're not properly wiped,
But
right?
but you still tried.
Yeah.
Just be sure that you have enough toilet paper stock.
Okay, that's a good point. But so where was I going with this? Be grateful for what you have. That's where I'm at. Well, be grateful that you have toilet paper.
Are you listening to our conversation now?
I think you did more than tried. I was telling him that I once had a student do an experiment about trying, and I said, well, for when you go home tonight, I want you to try to wipe your butt. But don't actually wipe your butt. But don't not wipe your butt either. Just try to wipe your butt and see how quickly it gets cleaned. You know. You don't get it? There is no try.
It's a metaphor. There is no try. It's either do it.
Come on, you know what? You know what Yoda says, right, Max? Try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
There is no try. There is no try.
Someone says, I'll try to be a singer later in life. That's not.
Yeah, or like you remember when you were younger, your parents would like, you'd be like, can we go to the candy store? And they were like, we'll try. or maybe. You know, you knew it. If they said maybe, it's just a no. We're going to try. No, you're not. There is no try. Do or do not. Can I borrow $100? I'll try to give it to you. No, you won't. You won't. So life law number 10, be grateful for what you have. To achieve this life law is to make a habit of listing all the things that you're grateful for daily. And that's what the gratitude rock was all about. If you've gotten one of these gratitude rocks, that's twice now that I've touched it, that I have to think of things that I'm grateful for. But the gratitude rock is a wonderful tool to use to help you become more grateful in your life. Nothing is better than you becoming more grateful. Does anybody want a gratitude rock? Would you actually do it if you had a gratitude rock? Nobody? Okay. Life law number 12. The most important thing that you can learn out of all of these is life law number 12. Life is change. So don't get attached.
I heard you say that about like 6 or 5 or 6.
Yeah, I know they're all super important, but this one is the most important. Life is change, so don't get attached. What in the heck do I mean by that? We begin to suffer when we become attached to things, people, ideas, or expectations. See, everything is in this constant state of flux. You are changing right now. We are changing. Everything is changing. Your relationships are changing. Your goals and dreams are changing, and that is good because it's natural. It's natural. We only get attached if we get attached to a certain idea, and we are dead set.